edition of Under the Wire Webcast Television Show. The best in the business to date, the one and only Aaron Calico. You guys want to follow me? Feel free to follow me at any time at only one Calico at Twitter. You can also follow me at Aaron Calico /Facebook. And you got any emails or concerns or questions or shoutouts that you want done, please feel free to email them at Dobston, DOBBSTON, at yahoo.com. And we will look at them. I check my own email, so I look at that every day. So, we'll get you on the show as quick as possible. First bit of business, it's kind of funny, but I can understand why. You got a teacher in Montreal is fired for showing his class of 10th graders the video of the killing and dismemberment filmed by the gay porn actor. So, my thoughts on that was, what the hell were you thinking? I mean, seriously, you're going to show that to your kids in school, 10th graders? Yeah, they're 10th graders. Everyone thinks they're an adult. But sometimes we don't make adult decisions. So, they can the guy. But can you blame him? Me personally, I can't. Moving on to better business, it is a beautiful July 15th day, Friday. I can't wait for this day to be over. Get going, got some plans. Got a little cookout here at the house. Got some friends coming over, drink some beer, eat some brats. A new thing you have to try. I'm not endorsing it, but I'm saying you should definitely try. Johnsonville Bratwurst make bratwurst burgers, which is basically they take the bratwurst, grind it up, and make it into a patty. It's phenomenal, I must say. So, whenever you get a chance, you're at Kroger's, Myers, John Eagle, Walmart, get some, put it on the grill, you'll fall in love. Alright, next bit of business. What is up with teenagers nowadays having contests to see who can get pregnant first? It's like teenagers, I can understand that the big 16 and Pregnant is a big popular series, which is on MTV. They have, a huge fan base upon the millions. And I can see both sides of the story. I can see the one side where they're saying, well, all this is blowing up and flaunting and, glorifying, being pregnant at 16, being pregnant at a young age. Me, myself, I'm a father of 2 kids, 2 boys. Love them to death. Shout out to Aaron and Andy. Kids, they can be quite a handful, and especially being young, 16, as a woman, your emotions are still going crazy. You're dealing with all the hormones. Now you got to deal with pregnant. 9 times out of 10, you're still with your parents. Then you got to deal with school. It's just stressful. So wait till the right age. Get your life and finances in good order. I say usually by between 25 to 27, most people went to college and have had a good paying job for at least a year or 2, and are looking to buy a house, hopefully by that time. So that's my piece of advice. Wait till you're about 25 to 27, and then go sit down and make a family. Because trust me, when you're that young, you have to grow up quick. The partying, all that, it's done. You can't do it hardly. So if you still want to have fun, go out and party and do all that, you better think about safe sex, kids, and parents, and just people in general. It's a great tool. Use it. Man, I'm from Ohio. I'm a native Ohio. I'm a Buckeye for life. We have a huge thing, bath salts. They are just, between bath salts and heroin in Columbus, they're just taking over. It's crazy. Heroin, it's dropping people left and right like flies. It is something that needs to be addressed. I know we have the police out there and all that, but this needs to be addressed we are losing fellow Ohioans to heroin, and for what? You know, I mean, it's a horrible drug. Crack was an epidemic for a long time. Now we move from crack to heroin. Heroin, it's taken over. I've watched it destroy young lives. I've watched it take people away from, you know, families. It's horrible. I myself have never experienced anything within my family circle with that, but I've watched other of my friends and their family deal with, you know, people that, you know, I mean, that just it's sad. You know what I mean? How that drug just wraps a cocoon and just has so much control over one person's life, and most of it's young people. That's what's sad. It's super young people. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. We have to you know, we have to put it into the discussion. You know what I mean? It's killing people. Bath salts, this is ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I can understand where people are talking about they're bath salts. I mean, you take a bath in them, and I can understand, you know, I mean, why people do them after they figure out what they do. But who just sat down one day like, well, let's throw some bath salts and see what happens? Are you stupid? I mean, what the hell? But yeah, bath salts and heroin, they're taking over. I mean, Columbus, they really are. I mean, they are running rampant. Got an email from a guy, EGK at ETW Wrestling, or I'm sorry, EGK.ETW at AOL.com. It shall shoot. Ben wrote, is wrestling, is it a legit sport? Wrestling stopped being a sport years ago, probably in the 80s, maybe even a little before that, or definitely in the 80s, guaranteed, when Vince McMahon bought his wrestling company from his dad, Vince Sr. Vince McMahon turned it into an entertainment business. Wrestlers are, in a way, glorified stuntmen, but man, they are good actors too. I mean, they have cheesy spots, but I mean, they're good actors. It is a good form, in a way, I guess you could say, drama, outside drama. But they're great performers. I don't think they get the respect they do with certain other athletes. I mean, what these guys do, I mean, 365 days in a year, and 300 of them, or 280 of them, they're on the road, away from their families. The bumps they take, the travel they have to deal with, and that's just on the professional level. On the indie circuit, you make way lesser money, you get hurt way more often, you know what I mean, because a lot of indie professionals, they don't, you know what I mean, have the same caliber of training or knowledge behind what they do. Not saying that they're not, you know, good indies, but there are some bad ones out there too. So, you know what I mean, and wrestling gets a bad rap, you know what I mean, between all this daffs and the drugs. Yes, there were guys doing drugs, doing steroids. There probably still are. Guys are still dying. It's an epidemic. In the last 10 years, 100 wrestlers have died. Most of them under 40. There's something there, people. So is it real? Yeah. I would say it's real. Do they know who wins? Yeah, it's choreographed, you know what I mean, but it's still real. Do they hit each other like UFC? No. They get there in open punch, open fist. They still make contact. So, yeah, it's real, but it's not brutally real, I guess I should say. Oh man, back to this poor guy. This guy, Ronald Oppo from Miami. This poor son of a bitch can't win for nothing. The guy, the Ronald Oppo, for you guys that don't know, is the guy in Miami that got his face eaten and mauled. They're talking about he might be blind. Monday he was responding, go to the doctors, but there's a good chance that he might be blind. So let's keep high hopes up for Ronald, and hope everything goes wrong. Next topic, we're going to talk about high school injuries. I bet most of you don't know the most people that get hurt in high school are cheerleaders. Most people say wrestlers or football players or even lacrosse. It's actually cheerleaders. There's more life-threatening and life-altering injuries that's happened to cheerleaders than any other high school sport, and that's sad to say. And I think schools, if they offer them, they should have to carry some type of insurance. They should have to carry some type of make them liable. Because what do they do when you sign a piece of paper and you want to sign up for sports? They make you sign. They're not liable for nothing. You know what I mean? They're not liable for absolutely nothing. They'll push you to the point of where you get injured, but then after that they'll write you off and they're not responsible. So kids are doing high school sports. I played football and did wrestling in high school. And I had a career, threatening injury. I probably went to college football. I had Old Mississippi looking at me. I was probably going to go with them. I had a couple other decent sized schools, but Ole Miss is probably the biggest that was looking at me. I ended up getting sideswiped, and it made my left leg from my knee down completely went sideways. So imagine if you're walking, this is my foot. My foot went just like that. When I got hit, my leg went. So that was pretty nasty being over, have my left foot basically up where my belly button was. So that was pretty brutal. And it prevented me from playing, football and even doing wrestling. I did a year of wrestling, then the year sophomore I did wrestling. Junior year I did football, and it ruined me these things. 27 years old now, and my knee, on bad days, it kills me. Oh yes, this SPCA scam. This lady owes Eldridge Arts, $8.4 million for rescuing, dogs and shipping them back from overseas and finding them home. She keep the money, pocket it. What she spends it on, well, that lavish lifestyle, what it needs to be, be a charity. And it's sad people do this because then it gives good charities a bad rap. Because when you're a good charity, now it's like people are so scared to do anything because it's like, well, what happens? How do I know you're legit? How do I know you're going to do something right? So, but sometimes stuff like that just happens. But let's hope everything goes all right. That was a dog upstairs. I broadcast from downstairs in my basement, but it works. I keep the cost low, keep the overhead low, and I still give what I think good, knowledgeable news, good informative news for you, the people, and that's what it's all about. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. This gets sponsored by you. It really does. The big $250 I get a month from donations. That's what keeps me from being able to buy video equipment like you see now. Keep up to date news, all that. Buy video software for my computer. So without the support of you, this wouldn't happen. So I definitely want to thank all the followers on Twitter, people on Facebook and whatnot. Thank you. On to our last two bits of business. Should Ohio allow same-sex marriage? That's the question for the day. Email me your answers at Dobbston, DOBBSTON @yahoo.com, or comment on on Facebook. Do you think Ohio should allow same-sex marriages? Here's one for Andrew Zimmern. Texas man gets convicted of murder on the stand your ground rule in Texas. He could be facing up to life in prison if is what they could sentence him. He's already been convicted. He's been found guilty in Texas. So, keep that in mind, folks. You know what I mean? For Zimmerman. Yeah, he's claiming, self-defense, and who really knows 100%? I don't think no one really does, except, the people that are, the two people that are really there. But with Null and his wife lying about perjury, about how much money they had, yeah, she bonded out, she was relieved. About his word not really being the greatest, he's told a couple different stories. It could hurt him in the long run. But who knows? I don't take sides. I just give my opinion. But yeah, it could hurt him in the long run. And let's hope the truth comes out. Whether it was the kid Trayvon that was in the wrong, or Zimmerman was in the wrong. Either or. Let's figure out. Let's get to the bottom of this. And at the end of the day, sometimes not all the evidence is ever shown in all the cases, and the wrong person is convicted. But with the evidence that we have now, let's just get the evidence to the talk. Alright. Until the next time, thank you for tuning in to Under the Wire webcast, news and info telegram, talk show. I'm your host, Aaron Calicote. If you want to follow me, feel free to follow me on Twitter at only ONLY, numeral 1, Calicote, CALLICOAT. That's at Twitter, or email me any of your thoughts, questions, or concerns, or shout-outs at Dobson at DOBBSTON at yahoo.com. And feel free to follow me at Aaron, AARON, Calicote, at Facebook. Alright, fellas, until the next time, you know what I mean? Stay safe.